Welcome to the Surly Horns podcast. This is season 2, episode 12. And what a doozy of an episode that we have for you today. We have some exciting breaking news. I'm really glad that we did not record last night for a couple of reasons. One is I quit my job yesterday and got trashed. The second is we have some news from the head coach of the basketball team front. RGB3, how you doing today?
I am excellent, man. I feel great. I didn't get trashed last night. I'm planning on getting trashed today because today is my favorite day out of the year. It should be a national holiday. It is opening day in Major League Baseball, and I could not be more excited.
Break out the peanuts, fire up the grill, get some hot dogs on, because nobody can really go to these stadiums. I guess Joe Biden, right? No cloakroom, but Joe Biden started lighting up the Texas Rangers for saying, fuck it, everybody can come to the stadium.
Yeah, 100%. So Minute Maid in Houston, they're 50% capacity with masks. I already got my opening day tickets. Super excited. I haven't been since the World Series Game 7. So I've been dying to get back to Minute Maid Park. And but yeah, it looks like they pretty much just let teams dictate themselves how many people are going to let in. So Dallas just, they just opened that big brand new fucking shiny stadium. They're like, hell, bring everybody in this motherfucker. We gotta sell some tickets.
It's an outside stadium with antiviral circulation.
Yeah, we'll see about that. So I guess at Minute Maid they'll probably have the roof open. I mean, pending weather. So either way, I'm getting my vaccine tomorrow. So, or at least my first dose. So I'm good. I'm all right. I'll just be chugging Crawford box in the Crawford boxes. So nothing better than that.
How many opening days have you been to, like, live? Because it's not always a home opener on opening day, but How many opening day home openers have you ever attended in your life?
A ton. So me and my dad, both huge Astros fans, like the biggest. So we've had season tickets since we moved here. So when we moved to Houston, my dad's had season tickets basically since then. And so we've pretty much gone to every single opening day we possibly could. So yeah, no stranger to an opening day. I think I've gone the past 4 or 5 years. And yeah, it just means more too. Like, next Thursday, I've already watched a week of baseball at this point. It feels weird calling it, opening day. It's something different today. It definitely means a lot more.
Well, so how many games will be, don't they play just some massive amount of games by next week? Like the league will have played like 30 or 50 or something games. It's like nuts. I mean, just today alone, there's 8 or 9 games.
No, I think it's every single team's playing. I think it's 15 games. Wow. Yeah, it's like a full slate. Like right now I got the Blue Jays Yankees on. I think the Cubs and Pirates are playing, and then the Astros start later on tonight at I think it's like a 9:30 start. So I'm gonna be good and hungover by tomorrow morning.
Out of all the games that you've gone to, is there one that memorably sticks out, or did you know how the season was going to go from the first game out of any of the opening day games that you went to?
So the opposite. So my most memorable opening day was when the Astros moved to the American League after Jim Crane bought the team. They were fucking horrendous, but it was the very first game. So before, so now they do all teams open on the same day, but before they used to do it where there's one game like the night before opening day. So they called it opening night or whatever. So it was Astros versus Rangers. So I had a bunch of Rangers buddies come down. It's at Minute Maid Park. First game now is American League rivals. We're thinking like, okay, cool. I think we won. It was like 7-6 or something like that. It was an awesome fucking game. Astros win. And then I think they won like 30 more games the rest of the entire year. I think it was like 40 and 120 or something like that. So
that's some bad baseball. But wasn't that the 2 years leading up to the Astros just basically stacking that fucking roster?
Yeah, they just tanked, get picks. I think they got Carlos Correa that year. So it was like 2012. Yeah, I mean, I bet you if I think hard enough, I can name most of that lineup. Like I know Rick Ankiel was in the lineup. I think he was leading off. Justin Maxwell was on my season tickets. Who's probably playing in Korea or something right now. They were truly awful, just a truly terrible baseball team. Altuve is the only player on that entire roster that was worth anything.
Oh man, that's funny. So how about changing gears a little bit and talking about something else that's in the news? Deshaun Watson's the suit count just keeps rising.
It's
We
crazy.
started at what, 2 or 3, and now we're up to how many?
22, I think, something like that. 21, 22. That's what I think is crazy to me. So not only that, but his lawyer, Rusty Hardin, he put out a statement that had 18 other masseuses saying, no, he didn't do this shit. So that means that Deshaun Watson has, at minimum, had massages from 40 different people. That in and of itself is fucking weird. Like, you can't just have like one masseuse. Like, if I had one masseuse that, rubbed me down pretty good, I'd probably just be like, all right, well, I'm just going to call this person that's my chick now. I'm just going to, have her be my masseuse. So that raises some red flags to me. Like, you just got to sample like a fucking massage charcuterie board of it makes no sense.
I'm having a really difficult time understanding why he went about it in such a stupid way. For me, I'm convinced at this point the body of evidence is there that this guy has like a weird massage fetish, period, right? I mean, that's and that's okay. You're allowed to have weird massage fetishes. What you're not allowed to do is
act on
like
them.
accident. Yeah, you're not. Well, no, you can even you can get massages from 40 different women. That's not weird.
Yeah.
What's weird is fucking poking them with your boner. And like jizzing on them on accident. Like, what the fuck is going on, dude? And maybe some of that is exaggerated, but I'm sure because he has had, right, there's 40 different people now. Yeah. This dude definitely gets his fucking
that's his thing.
Yeah, that's
his thing. It's his thing. Yeah. And most people's thing doesn't ever come out publicly in the media. But also, like, don't be a weird predator. You're a young, good-looking, million, I think he's like $100 million, not even counting marketing stuff. Like, you could literally just post on Instagram and just say, hey, who wants it? And then you'll just get your DMs just flooded just for, just go to the Sugar Baby thread. Deshaun, here's some life advice. Go to the Sugar Baby thread. You'll find some illuminating shit.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that I've never watched some like massage genre porn. That's a thing. That's a fucking thing. And so that part isn't weird. The weird part is you're super rich. You could just pay these people. I don't understand why it wouldn't be still exciting if you
just paid for it.
Beforehand, just we're like, I like to get massages and I'm gonna get a boner and jizz on you.
It's
like,
weird.
Here's an extra $100 or $200 or whatever.
Like, you could have somebody on staff like, hey, here's $250,000 a year. I'm just gonna get really weird while you massage my body. Somebody would absolutely just sign up on Craigslist and just somebody will absolutely pay for that. $250K, like, there are a lot of people on the border that are listening to this podcast that might sign up for Deshaun Watson poking them with something for $250K a year. Instead, now your NFL career is probably over at this point.
Yeah, I don't know how, even if all of this just turns into he said, she said, and with the whole I don't want to play thing and the Texans being just a dumpster fire, not willing to trade him. I mean, everything surrounding this guy now is just like, get this fucking guy out of here, right? There's no reason for it. He's good. He's real good at football. He's
fantastic.
Real good at football.
The biggest thing for me is I got out when the getting's good. I got out when they were just a dumpster fire. Now they're a dumpster fire with a predator leading, jumping in the fire. Like, it's bad. It's bad down at NRG, and I'm very happy that I got out while the getting was good, because that shit is crazy.
I don't know how you can possibly be happy about being a Cowboys fan.
Oh, yeah. I'm just waiting. So right now, they can't disappoint me. Right now, they can't let me down and piss me off. Let's talk in September and see how my tune changes. But, I mean, there's got to be a 30 for 30 about just the Texans offseason, how they let a fucking charlatan preacher take over their franchise. Their star quarterback wants a trade. Now their star quarterback's a predator. I'm waiting for like just some crazy shit there's got to be something bigger coming down the pipeline. So, and I'm happy that I don't have to just sit back and watch and let it affect my days anymore.
Yeah. Speaking of the Cowboys, have you been following Dak's recovery at all? Because I have not. So if you have any information on that, please do share.
Supposedly looks pretty good. So that was one of the things when I was looking at my recruitment.
He can walk. I've seen him walk.
Yeah. I mean, I think with today's science and shit now, like, all these career-ending injuries, like especially when it comes to like bones and stuff, that shit heals. Like he'll be all right.
They'll just put fucking cement on them.
Yeah.
Just glue that shit back together.
He's just gonna be a pirate. He's just gonna have a peg leg and just be taking snaps from the shotgun and run for his fucking life. So yeah, it looks fine. We'll see. I mean, if Alex fucking Smith can play a down of football again after what he had, like he could have died from his leg injury. So the fact that he's still, I mean, he started games last year. The fact that he's still playing, I'm not worried about Dak's leg.
Tom Brady won a Super Bowl without a knee.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You don't need one of those.
You don't even need a knee.
Yeah, you don't need that shit.
A tradition, and I don't know if this is a tradition for you, but a tradition for a lot of people on big time games or really exciting tailgate opportunities is to do this thing called shotgunning beers.
Hell yeah. We brought it back. So I was playing golf with our boy Man in Black, and we were at the turn, and I don't know what got into old RGB3, but I felt a little young right then at the turn. And I said, you know what? Let's just shotgun beers.
Flash in the pan back to your college days?
Yeah. I was like, oh, I got this. So we did one at the turn, then we did one on 12, then we did one on 16, and then we did one when we finished out. It was great. And it wasn't like right now, my palate, I just can't. I don't drink Coors Light, Bud Light, and all that shit anymore. I can't even do a Michelob Ultra. So I was just shotgunning Shiner Box, and it was. Let me tell you, I'm gonna start doing it more often. So I'm a Mac made a thread, and everybody just needs to go on there, shotgun a beer with us. Why not?
Yeah, or post your favorite people that are not you. Maybe you. Who cares? Post your favorite videos of people shotgunning beers. I saw that you have your I guess, what do you want to call that? Your trademark style of biting the can, spilling half the beer, and then pouring it on your face.
My wife.
I mean, that's one way to shotgun. At least you did better than me. Where I don't know if everybody noticed in my video, there was a little screwdriver because I didn't have a set of keys around me, and I was in the middle of entertaining guests, and I just handed one of them the phone and was like, can you take a video of me shotgunning a beer? And they were like, right now? And I was like, yes, like right now. And then obviously I did not get to finish the last foam parts because I am out of practice. I need more practice. I need to shotgun more beers.
That was my fifth of the day. So by that, I had my technique down, my biting down. So my wife cannot stand the biting of the can. I've done it for years and years and years, ever since college. I got these sharp canines. I'll just bite the hell out of the can with, I don't need a key. I don't need any of that. I did that the first time we shotgunned on the golf course. Man in Black just looked at me and said, that was the most on-brand shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, and so we can thank one of my old coworkers from the company that I worked at. He's a sales rep there, and me and him are good buddies, and we were just chatting. And he was a Villanova fan, and I was giving him shit during that game. And you were making jokes about shotgunning beers, and then I told him I was going to shotgun a beer, and then he was like, "Oh, this is what I'll do." But he sent me a video of him just chugging an entire pint, and I was like, and he was like, "Your turn. Post it on the internet." And I was like, "I'll do you one better. I'll make a fucking thread about it."
But yeah, come join us. Yeah, let's all shotgun beers together. I think that you can't ever get mad while you're drinking a beer. Might get bloated, but you can't get mad.
Going from shotgunning beers, which is a tried and true pastime of partiers and partying down, so to speak, we have rampant COVID within the football program because everybody decided to go to Miami and party their dicks off.
They're sharing beer bongs. You can't share a beer bong in Miami. It's like the number one super spreader city in America right now. Like I think they declared like an emergency. Like
state emergency. It was a state emergency.
That is insane. Just from girls in thongs and guys drinking beers. Insane.
Did you see some of the damage that was going on? I mean, it looked like some Ohio State bullshit, just like trashed cars, people just jumping on cars.
Burning
shit. It looked like a good time. I'm not going to lie to you. I watched a lot of those videos and I was like, man, that looks fun. It sounds fun. Everything about that looks dope, except for the fact that there's this invisible disease that's going to
killing everybody.
Like most everyone.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like the team's practicing back now, so I guess it was only a couple cases. But you'd be smarter, guys. I don't know. It's hard to get up in arms about spring practice, especially last year's spring break pretty much got canceled. So these guys are in college; they want to live their fucking lives. Whatever. Yeah, let's just go get the vaccine and hopefully we can move past this so we can be partying in Miami for next spring break.
Exactly. So when's the last time? Have you ever been to Miami? I'm just making random assumptions now.
No, I haven't. I've been to. Oh no, that's a lie. I have been to Miami. So I went to Miami for buddy's bachelor party. Actually, dad chiller party. So he was about to become a dad. So we flew out to Miami, and we ended up spending the weekend in the Keys. And so we went offshore fishing and all that. But we stayed a night in Miami. And we went to Club 11, which was an experience that I've never seen.
It's just
before.
a club. It's a club.
Oh yeah, it's the clurbiest. Yeah, it was an experience. I remember walking in there and I just had no idea. I had no idea what I was in store for. I mean, here in Houston, you go to Treasures or wherever you want to go. It doesn't stack up.
No, not even close to the same thing. So other exciting news this week, or maybe not exciting, but anxiety-inducing, sadness, whatever, good vibes. I don't know how you want to think about it, but
yeah,
we have some retirements.
Yeah, a couple. So first one, Eddie Reese, swimming coach, retired, 15 championships. Suck that, Saban. I mean, he might have an argument for greatest college coach of all time. I don't know who's won the most championships out of any sport, but 15's a fuck ton. That is a lot.
Did you see this last one where he just got in,
just jumped
fully
straight
clothed?
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, he didn't jump in,
Yeah.
He's fucking old, but he waded safely into the pool while the rest of the team splashed around him and stuff. That was a really, really cool special moment there.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, when you're retiring, I mean, you got to do something big like that. But congratulations to him on an awesome run. Whoever comes next is going to have some big ass shoes to fill. That's for sure.
That is for sure. 15 more aren't going to win themselves.
Yeah. So I mean, speaking of big shoes to fill, who the hell is taking the UNC coaching gig?
I had a fucking panic attack, dude.
Oh, yeah.
We're recording after the Chris Beard hired now.
Yeah.
And this morning before that happened, there was a good, that was like an hour and a half chunk of time where it was UNC announces that Roy Williams retires. And it was oh, fuck that timing is suspect.
Yes.
They are fucking hiring Chris Beard. And I thought for sure, right? And this isn't a knock on Texas or anything, but I mean, you've got Texas and UNC. Everything else, same. You've got Texas and UNC with the exact same offer. I guess, you got to come home.
Yeah, that's what he said. When he's talking about Tech, he was talking about, going home to mama. But yeah, that was a very stressing hour. Because from what everybody was saying yesterday, hey, Beard's a done deal, whatever. And then to see it announced of all days that Roy Williams is retiring today, it's okay, this might be UNC being all right, Roy, you were thinking about retiring. Why don't you go ahead and do it? Because otherwise we're losing Beard. And this is our last shot at him before he goes to Texas. And luckily that hour passed and we ended up getting him. But I don't know who fills the shoes from there.
We've been sweating for a while, right? I mean, Shaka quit because he's a quitting ass bitch. I know everybody thinks that that's not true. And then I've gotten so many arguments in that thread. And they're like, if you think Shaka Smart quit, you don't know what you're talking about. And it's dude, nobody came to his house and was we're going to kill you if you don't continue to coach at Texas, or if you decide to continue. He quit in such a way where they don't even owe him any money.
Yeah.
He straight up quit. He didn't just negotiated exit quit.
No.
He fucking pieced out. And then he talks shit about how Texas always has a fucking empty arena. Fuck Shaka Smart. Fuck all you people that are Shaka Smart apologists that think he's such a fucking good guy. Fuck that guy. Yeah. Good riddance.
Yeah, everybody was like, oh, Shaka's such a good guy. I don't know why anybody would wish him, you got to wish him well. Best wishes, Shaka. Fuck you guys. Fuck, he shit all over us on his way out after he didn't do shit. You want to know why the stadium wasn't full? It's because you fucking suck, bro. You're fucking terrible. You're trash.
Is true. Can confirm. Stadium was not empty during Rick Barnes.
Nope.
Even towards the end, stadium it was the student section a little bit empty. Yeah, they don't like to walk across MLK. That's okay, right? They're gonna solve that problem. New fucking stadium. All that's gonna go away.
Shit's gonna be packed. It's gonna be absolutely packed with Beard coming in. Chalk is equipment.
We'll get more into Beard. We'll get more into Beard and Shock in a second because we do have to talk about the really miraculous run that the women's basketball team went on, right? Elite Eight appearance. We may or may not talk about that game because that game was fucking awful. But getting all the way to the Elite Eight, congratulations to that women's basketball team. That is quite the accomplishment, right? It's one that Shaka Smart will probably never achieve in his career ever again.
Nope.
But
no, it was awesome. Yeah, no, it was cool. I can honestly say I did not watch a minute of it, but I saw on Twitter, and it's awesome. They did get their wheels blown off in the Elite Eight. I think it was
pretty bad. I don't know if anybody's checked the box. Yeah, if anybody's checked the box score, it was not good. 62-34, which is bad.
Yeah, not great.
But then the worst part of that is this is not a typo. I thought my eyes were tricking me, and maybe this game was not over yet. But the Texas Longhorns scored a dash in the fourth quarter.
0 points.
Dash there.
0 point fourth. That is tough. That is a tough look. But hey, it looks like Vic Schaefer's got him on the right track, and that's all you could really ask for at this point. So, yeah, cool. It'll be interesting to see him next year. Another year's experience.
All right. And then we've got Texas men's baseball.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, they've been looking all right. Number 5, I think, still. I'm not sure. I think they're fifth in the nation. They won the series against Baylor and OU, which fuck both those guys. But we did lose the midweek game to Aggie, which always sucks ass. Never great, but it was a midweek game. They didn't face Ty Madden. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, you can't win every game. You can win every series. You can't win every game.
Yep.
So, all right, let's
dive on in. The news of the day, man. Chris Beard is in. All your coaches belong to us.
Wow. All the shit that, I personally and the board has given CDC is all still absolutely warranted. Please go shit on the
It's making it harder
God
to do.
Damn it.
It's making it a lot harder. Damn it. I mean, he's done, with all the hires so far. He's an empty suit. Everybody's, you got to give him at least credit for this one. This is big.
The Sark hire was big. These are all good, big hires. Yeah. I don't like the feeling of having to sweat for so long.
And especially it's nice too. Like,
I don't like that.
I'm liking that there's no long drawn out coaching coaching searches. Like it's, hey, this guy's gone. Hey, here's this guy. Thank you. Like that's nice. Like this is the most we've had to sweat on one of these hires so far. Was waiting,
and it was quite the sweat. And it was quite the sweat. Everybody was convinced, that Royale Ivy and everything was, that conversation happened and it leaked to the media and everybody's like, oh no, Chris Beard's fucking staying in Texas Tech, and then all the shit in Lubbock where they're like fucking free wings for life, free fucking hemorrhoid bands,
free hemorrhoids, yeah, free hemorrhoids. Yeah, I'll take care of all your hemorrhoids for life. Like, good God, living in Lubbock might give you more hemorrhoids. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. Not only did the universe, I bet that rumor that we were hearing on the board, and for those who don't follow the thread for the coaching discussion very closely, they effectively offered him what they had offered Bob Knight before, like the tenured coaching job for life, for a life coaching job at Tech, which basically means your career is done. And Tech is not a shitty basketball. Tech is a good basketball school. They suck now.
Yeah, hell yeah, they do, bitches.
Yeah, they're back to sucking. But I just love that's not a bad destination, right? To have a lifer job, and for Texas to be able to pull out that level of maneuver to get that coach, I have to think there's some homerism there, right? There has to be some aspect of him just really wanting to come coach at his alma mater.
Yeah, I think part of that. I think recruiting is a big thing as well. The fact I know for a fact that Texas is a Nike school compared to an Under Armour school is big, especially when it comes to recruiting and getting some of these top guys. They all want to go to a Nike school, so that's huge. Living in Austin compared to Lubbock is night and day, and he's still a young guy. He's 48 years old. Like if you're looking to be coach for life, sometimes Texas is not the place for that, but you can have a really, really good run here if you just come in and just win ball games. That's all you got to do. That's all we expect. If you make a Final Four run every, 5 or 6 years, we're content for the most part. And now, especially with this new arena opening, you had to get a name like Beard. That was the biggest thing is if you could sell Royale Ivy, but if you're bringing in a Dana Altman, do you think you're going to be able to pack that arena? Even if it is brand new, like you better bring out Matthew McConaughey and you better bring out, you got to run some gimmicks. Well, now instead we're going to get some good fucking basketball games to watch and a winning team and a winning culture.
Well, and this guy just win. Yeah.
Wins.
I like how you brought up the winning culture. This guy, it doesn't matter what he's coaching, right?
Mm-hmm.
He wins. He wins games. It doesn't matter what conference. He can win fucking games.
Yeah. I mean, Big 12 Coach of the Year. His second year, he made the Elite Eight with Texas Tech. His third year, he was in the national championship game, which they probably should have won against Virginia. It's a home run hire. I know his offense isn't the sexiest. He doesn't play like the sexiest, fastest paced Eric Musselman type of basketball. But if the wins are coming, who cares what it looks like? I mean, let's just get in there, get dirty, and get these dubs, and that's all that matters. I mean, the guy's a ball coach. I mean, grand slam hire. There couldn't have been a better hire in my opinion.
Well, and it was like a perfect storm, and everybody knows, I think, why April 1st was the day, and it's not because it's April Fool's Day and it's a great day to fucking troll people. It's because his buyout dropped to $4 million today.
Yeah.
From what was it, 7.5 or something?
No, I think it was only 5 or 6. Okay. But I think the biggest thing now too, if you take out, so Shaka's was 7, so you take out Shaka's $7 million buyout, $4 million. That's nothing. That's nothing. And I think all these, I think the school officials and the donors have to be thinking too, like, hey, we offered Urban Meyer $12 million a year. Now we're going to just pay Sark and Beard $6 million each. That's $12 million a year, and we have 2 great programs now instead of just one. So, I think it's a great way to look at it, and I think it makes all the sense in the world. I'm sure they're not going to just skimp on, number one, his contract. He's without question going to be the highest paid coach in college basketball. He's already the 3rd highest. There's no way he's taking a pay cut. He's probably going to make more than Sark.
Is that a problem though? Because 2 different sports, 2 different, right? Yep. With the football program, there's the head coach, and everybody knows head coaches make a bunch of money.
Yeah.
But there's also, and we spent 4 fucking podcasts talking about all the coaches on the football team. And all those guys are 7-figure guys or really high 6-figure guys.
Yep.
In basketball, you got like 3 coaches.
3? Yeah. I mean, you really don't have many at all. I don't think it'll be a big deal, especially because Beard's a proven guy. He's taken a team to a national championship game where Sark was an offensive coordinator. He got his raise, he got his shot at a blue blood to come be the head coach again. Where before, he might not have gotten that, with his past issues. So I don't think Sark's complaining. I don't think he's one to, measure dicks to begin with. I think
but it's a different sport anyway, right? I mean, the market for the head coach of basketball schools, and the market for the head coach of football schools, two completely different markets. Sark couldn't coach the basketball team. I mean, he could, and he'd probably do a better job than Shaka Smart.
Oh yeah, without question.
Yeah. But Beard definitely couldn't coach the football team. Right?
No.
So they're 2 completely different skill sets. And I think, the market's fair is fair. And I think Chris Beard, congratulations to you. Now win some fucking games, bro.
Yep. Come in here.
You know what it's about. You know what it's about. You're a Texas alum. You get it.
Yep. He knows. And I think that's big. He was a manager under Tom Penders. So he knows what it looks like. He knows what the program looks like. He knows what's expected. Especially with a new arena opening up, you're going to have eyes on you. You're going to have pressure on you. And I mean, he handled it at Tech, and I think that, you know, he knows what he's getting into here at Texas, which is, you know, half the problem Tom Herman had. It's, you know, Shaka, great guy, great guy, great guy. You know, you didn't win games. So he could handle the off-court stuff. He couldn't handle the on-court stuff. I think Beard will be a good mix of both. I think he runs a pretty tough program, but it's a winning program, and that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, and I really do like the direction that Chris Del Conte's changing the program and getting people that are really bought into the culture of Texas. Even with the Sark and the Gideon hire and some of the other hires that he made, where that they all tie back, and it seems like the athletic department's really starting to use burn orange and white stitching to hold everything together, right? Everything about all of the athletic programs revolves around the culture of the University of Texas, and making sure that that's at the forefront of everything that the athletic department or whatever team happens to be out there is doing. And that's very different feeling than the last
all the coaches,
right? I mean, yeah, I mean, not, even with the Lost Dodds, right? It was very football centric. Like everything revolved around football. Everything revolved around really Mac Brown and Heisman's and everything like that. So it's really cool to see, and maybe this was part of Chris Del Conte's vision for what he wanted for the athletics department, but you can tell he's not treating it as a football department that has this other shit to worry about.
Yep.
He is definitely approaching it from the full gamut of both the men's and women's side of the sports, and making sure that all of the major sport programs are ready and geared up and have the chance to win championships.
Yeah, I mean, he's hired just incredible coaches at basically every single stop. I mean, his coaching hiring resume looks pretty baller right now. From softball, tennis, you know, obviously football with Sark, and now basketball. I mean, women's basketball, it was a home run. You know, the future is looking pretty damn bright. I can't wait to see how we fuck it all up.
Yeah, maybe one day we'll get Chris Del Conte on the podcast
for sure. And for everybody listening, we reached out to a billion different Texas Tech people, between our friends, our buddies, you know, blogs for Texas Tech, message boards for Texas Tech, our own guys on the board that post that are Tech alums. Nobody wanted to come on
Sports, here. You fucking bitch, you fucking pussy ass bitch. Open invite to come on the podcast just to rage. Just unadulterated, unfiltered fucking rage, and you post out, bro. And so we're gonna call you out on the podcast.
Yep, called out
because you're a pussy ass bitch.
Yeah, dude. Thought for sure we'd at least get somebody on, and because the tiers have just been delicious, so refreshing. It is fantastic to just watch the absolute meltdown of the people that were wearing Keep Lubbock Beard shirts, thinking that they're fucking cool as hell. And guess what? We stole your fucking coach, you bitch.
that tweet that we retweeted on the Surly Horns Twitter account about it was some clickbait article where it was like, this is how you know that Chris Beard is staying at Texas Tech. And it's like, dude, that aged like fucking milk outside at a 100-degree day. That's fucking
it's so great. It's so funny because it happened so fast. So Shaka leaves, and we have like a week, and so that you start hearing at the start all these Twitter posts are like, "Oh, the Beard's not leaving. Are you kidding me? Texas, classic delusional Texas, think they can get anybody. Oh yeah, sure, you're gonna get Chris Beard. Sure, he's gonna leave. This is his dream job." To like a couple days. Okay, things have been quiet. You know, maybe Beard's going to come out with a statement. Maybe we're working on an extension for him, something like that. And then you get to yesterday where it's like, hey, if you don't hear anything from Chris Beard by 4-1 when the buyout drops, he's probably gone. Guess what? Today's 4-1, and we got your goddamn coach.
Well, is that like the Key and Peele skit? You know, that GIF where he's just sweating and
just profusely.
Pouring profusely. That was like all of Texas Tech's fan base. And so I've got some friends that went to Tech. You know, all of us have friends that live in Texas and have Texas ties. And so naturally, you're going to have some Texas Tech friends. And one of mine sent me a screenshot of his group chat with just his Texas Tech buddies. And it is so goddamn funny. So, and just because they weren't going to get on the podcast, I'm gonna read these out.
Yeah, I got to hear him.
So the first thing, right, is somebody announces in the group chat, Chris Beard to Texas, Tech back to Suckville. And the next post is excellent. Then the next one is embrace the suck. And then they're like, I prefer living in disappointment with Tech sports. It's been so reliable when you think of it that way. And then somebody comes in off the top rope and says, we are the Mighty Ducks if Emilio Estevez moved to the bad guy team after the first few wins.
Oh,
delicious tears and angst.
Oh man, it's just great. I can't stop refreshing Twitter because every single time it's just somebody retweeting an old tweet of like Chris Beard will never leave, or an old Chris Beard like press conference where he's like, "Oh yeah, text my dream school, text my dream school." Guess what? We stole your goddamn coach.
All your coaches belong to us.
It never gets old. It never gets old.
It never gets old. All right. So moving on from basketball, which is super exciting. We may actually have somebody come on, surprise guest, to give us a little bit more of a breakdown because they followed Chris Beard's career a lot closer than
and we don't really know shit about basketball. So if you can't tell, we don't know shit.
We bring Dirk on whenever like real basketball news is because he can actually say things that make sense to people that listen and like basketball. I said, listen, watch, right? What do you do to listen to basketball?
Just shoes squeaking.
Listen to the dribbles. You fucking, that one was a swish. I could hear it. So moving on from basketball, on to recruiting news. The 22 effect. Still going.
Yep.
We're back. The break has been released.
Yeah, we needed something. It's been quiet. I think a lot of the silence has been from now. There looks like they're opening visits back up, so everybody's kind of waiting. Go see, come to Austin. Go to Alabama, wherever. They're waiting for visits to open back up. But North Shore back open for us. Thank you, Bo Davis, Chris Ross in the class. Great to get, a big ass defensive tackle. Looks like an absolute take, and it's got to help with 5-star cornerback Denver Harris as well. So that was a fantastic job by Bo Davis, getting us back in North Shore.
And I mean, wow, this guy is a physical specimen.
Yeah,
if you have not looked at Chris Ross film,
it's crazy.
Pause the fucking podcast and go look him up.
Reminds me of Poona Ford a little bit. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, shorter guy, but yeah, just straight through the damn offensive line. It's great. Yeah, we need if we can get 4 more Chris Rosses, our defensive line recruitings, we're done. That's good. That's all we need.
And then we've got not a commit, but somebody who's teasing out there.
Yeah.
In the commit sphere of the world.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. So today is 4/1 and it is 2:24 p.m. Jacoby Matthews from Louisiana is supposed to be, he says he's committing today at 3:00 p.m. We'll see, because it is 4/1. My guess is it's an April Fool's joke, but supposedly if he is committing, it's to Texas. So hopefully this shit's for real. It's not some elaborate April Fool's Day joke, because if so, that's awesome. I think he's like the 20th best player in the nation right now on 247, and is an absolute stud. So I guess we'll find out. We're either going to look really smart or really fucking stupid by the time the podcast drops.
And then we have, I mean, is this even news anymore?
Addition by subtraction.
Yeah. Juwan Mitchell's back in the portal, like for
4th or 5th time. Yeah. Just snip snap, snip snap, snip snap, snip snap. Just this is it for him. I mean, there's no way he's coming back. He was held out of spring practice.
Yeah, I think there's no way.
Stark doesn't put up with this shit.
Didn't he quit? Like just straight up quit the team for like a day or two?
Like twice. Like there was one time, I think he punched Yancey McKnight in the face one time. Like I remember he ran off the field one time during the Eyes of Texas before that was a whole fucking thing. And people got up in arms about that. And then he entered the portal, and then he took his name out of the portal. And then he put out a statement like basically saying, I'm never going to play for Texas again. Well, guess what? He kept playing for fucking Texas and being awful. And then he sucked at grades, so his grades sucked, so he couldn't play in spring practice. They brought him back on, and he just sat there and pouted the entire time during spring practice. And then he's back in the portal, and he's gone forever. See ya. We're really not going to miss you. I don't care how thin we are at linebacker.
Well, and I don't care how good you are. Like, quit being a toxic dick. Get your fucking head on right. Get your fucking head on right, and they'll get you the help you need. Right? We're not trying to just say, hey, you know, if you've got shit going on in your life, you can't be a Longhorn. But God damn it, you don't want to be a Longhorn.
Yeah.
You want to be fucking Juwan Mitchell show. So get the fuck out of here with your shit.
Yeah, and it's funny. Xavier Alford and Keontae Ingram were trying to recruit him to go over to USC. USC, I don't know if they couldn't or just wouldn't take him, but they're not taking him. So my guess is he ends up at a really great JUCO again, or some G5 shitty Utah State school. So either way, good riddance, addition by subtraction. So.
Nice. So, what else do we have to talk about today?
Not much. It's pretty quiet out on the 40 acres besides the Chris Beard saga. So, I mean, really, last thing we got, I mean, we could talk a little more baseball. You know, what's your, we get a question out of the mailbag. You're going to the ballpark. First of all, what's your favorite ballpark to go to? And second of all, what's your order? What's your go-to?
So this is going to throw a lot of people for a loop, but I think this is a fairly classic baseball stadium and food combo. I really, really enjoyed the time that I spent inside of the Philadelphia baseball.
Oh yeah,
stadium.
it was great.
That's such a fucking good time.
Citizen Bank.
And obviously you're going to get a cheesesteak.
Oh yeah.
And there's nothing better than baseball game with a fucking great cheesesteak.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic. I'm a huge cheesesteak guy. I mean, first of all, how can you not be? Yeah, a sandwich just piled with cheese and meat. Fuck yeah. Yeah, no, the Philly Stadium's great. So I've been to a shit ton of ballparks. I'll give you a top three. Besides Minute Maid Park, because I'm not going to be a homer, even though that's like a second home to me. PNC in Pittsburgh
sucks. I don't even like that stadium.
Oh, I love Minute Maid. I love Minute. It might be my homerism, but I love it. Especially when the roof's open. Whew, compare that to that shitty ball. I haven't seen the new one, but the ballpark in Arlington was the place was terrible. Hey, Rangers, when you were designing your stadium, did you not know that it gets fucking hot as balls in Texas? I will never understand that. Houston has had a roof over their stadium since 1962, and you don't put a roof over your stadium. I went there in the summer once, sat in the outfield. I lasted 2 innings. Nope, can't do it. It's 110, sun right on you. Anyway, but yeah, the PNC in Pittsburgh, fantastic. Camden Yards in Baltimore, it's awesome. Sit in right field if you ever go. They have a barbecue stand right there, so all you do is just smell ribs. It's fantastic. It's awesome. So good. And then, I love the old classics. I actually sat on the Green Monster in Fenway. Very cool experience. I mean, you're super high up. And then underrated stadium, the Rocky Stadium. Super nice. Coors Field. I can get into my baseball journeys on some other podcast, but yeah, Coors Field's really awesome, and you can get in there cheap.
I feel like Coors Field. I feel like Coors Field and Minute Maid Park are really similar to me. One is just like high altitude, and then the other is not. But like from a general feel perspective, those two kind of strike me as the most similar. No mention of Chicago. Right.
So I actually did a day-night doubleheader. So I guess I can get into it. So me and my dad did a big baseball trip. It was my junior year of high school, and we went and we saw like 24 different major league stadiums. So we went to Minute Maid, and we went up to Arlington, cut across, saw the Braves Stadium, hit Florida, we hit Tampa Bay, we hit Miami, we went all the way up east. This was like before the Nationals and shit, but we went Baltimore, we saw Yankees game in the old Yankee Stadium, went to Red Sox, obviously, cut across, we went to Cooperstown, then we cut across, went down Cleveland, Ohio, Cincinnati, kept cutting across Chicago. So we did a day-night doubleheader in Chicago. Very cool. So yeah, day game at Wrigley
game and a Cubs game.
Yeah, so we went day game Wrigley and then drove straight to the south side and watched a White Sox game. We got there in like the third inning, and it was very cool. We tried to.
Which stadium did you like better? I mean,
Oh, Wrigley, without a doubt, was first of all the experience, just seeing the Ivy's cool, the old timey feel. It's a shithole, don't get me wrong. Like it's you could tell it was built in the 1900s, even with like the renovations and stuff. But just the atmosphere. The other one just felt like a cut and dry ballpark. There's nothing special about it.
You know what makes Wrigley so special is they built an entire section of the city dedicated basically to
Just to
baseball
that
stadium. And
Wrigleyville
it's like the size. It's like Wrigleyville's dope, and it's literally, I mean, a sizable amount of population lives there. Like tens of thousands, if not 100,000 people live. And culturally are just like the reason they live there is because of the baseball field.
Yep, that's awesome. It's like basing your entire existence around a baseball team, which I can kind of relate to between this and Longhorn. So, but yeah, now I think I've seen out of the current parks, I think I've seen 24 out of 30. The only ones we missed Seattle. We didn't get up that far north. We missed the Expos and the Blue Jays at the time. And then we couldn't fit the Coliseum, Oakland, in which I'm not mad about, into our like travel schedule. But otherwise, we saw it all. And the Giant Stadium's badass.
The Giant Stadium is so fucking cool. I love that
stadium. I didn't realize how cold it got with that wind.
Well, it's on the bay, right? It's like it's on the bay. Yeah,
it's crazy. It gets freezing. I mean, I can't remember what month it must have been, July or August maybe, and it was cold as fuck in California. I was like, yeah, but either way, I just love baseball. And as far as my ballpark food, I'm a very easy guy. I'm gonna get nachos, chili and cheese, some jalapenos, just a shitty ass Rico's nacho cheese. I don't care. I don't need the fancy.
Yeah. Just like the stuff that isn't cheese. It's just yellow plastic.
It came out of a can for sure. Some kind of bag. Yeah, gotta have that. I'm a hot dog guy. Dollar hot dog night on Tuesdays. I'm known to frequent at Minute Maid Park. So if you're ever at Minute Maid Park on a Tuesday, you might see me there. And so love that. Maybe I'll get a popcorn if I'm going crazy, and then I always get a bag of peanuts. I have to, and then just as much Crawford Bach as I can put in my body until I just have to Uber home. that's my order.
Okay, so etiquette in the stands from eating, right? So some of the stuff that you talked about, right? Peanuts. What is peanut or sunflower etiquette in the stands?
Drop it straight right at your feet. That's the goal.
Right at your feet.
Right at your feet.
Fucking just toss it right there.
Yeah. So I have a buddy who has a peanut allergy. He actually it's not a bad peanut allergy where he can be around it, but he can't.
I think every peanut allergy is a pretty bad one.
Yeah, it's usually pretty bad. Well, first of all, that would suck because peanuts are like my favorite thing. Like peanut butter. Oh yeah. But so we're at the rodeo in Houston, and we're sitting in the second deck. Somebody in the third deck in the front row was throwing down their fucking shell casings off the top deck. He got one in his eye. So he got like part of the shell in his eye. He had to go to the emergency room, and like his eye blew up and like got super infected. He had to get like an IV with antibiotics and shit. It was that bad. No. So ever since I saw that, I had tried to be a little more respectful. I'll keep my nice neat pile, or I'll go empty beer cup, throw it in the empty beer cup, especially
I'm an empty beer cup kind of guy, and I was going to call you out for being the throw it on the ground guy, but it does make sense. I mean, you see it all over the place, and I think that's threadworthy, right? Maybe I'll start a thread on, do you throw it straight on the ground, beer cup, or something else?
Yeah, actually, I have a buddy. I'm gonna name him Clayton Turner. He eats the entire fucking shell and all, swallows it. I don't know.
You nasty motherfucker.
I don't know what those bowel movements look like, but dude,
that would hurt. I think that would hurt because there's no way. You eat corn and your fucking kernels come out. There's no way that a peanut shell gets fucking digested.
No chance. And he just sits there. And so the first time I saw it do it, I thought he was fucking with me. Like I'm like, all right. He like turned around and like spat it out or something. He is chewing. I'm like, the fuck did you just do? And I have a buddy that does the same thing with crawfish. So instead of just sucking on the head of the crawfish, he'll put the entire head of the crawfish in his mouth and chew it. He'll spit it out. He won't swallow the actual head, but he'll just sit there and chew on it to get all the juice out. No, I love crawfish.
I've chewed on some crawfish heads before, like some real juicy. some real juicy ones, like sometimes you just got to kind of do that.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'll suck the head off them crawfish, but I will not chew.
Yeah, I would say it's more of like a deep suck instead of a chew.
A deep suck. Going back to the sugar
Deep
baby
suck.
thread. Yeah, Uncle Boobs would love you. But yeah, that really, you can't go wrong with anything at a baseball game. Just the atmosphere. There's nothing like it. Peanuts, Cracker Jacks, whatever. I don't even know. Do they sell Cracker Jacks anymore? I feel like that was like a Civil War type food or like a World War II shit.
I think I had some Cracker Jacks the other day. My wife buys me these because instead of buying chips and shit in my office, she subscribed me to what is it called? Universal Yums. Hashtag not sponsored.
Yeah.
So
Or sponsor.
Universal Yums. But I'm gonna fucking reach out to them now because I
yeah.
fucking sponsor the Surly Horns podcast. But Universal Yums, and they put together like the best snacks from different regions around the world. And they have an American box, right? Because this is a global thing. They send it to like all over the world. And the American one had Cracker Jacks in it.
Man, we're getting stereotyped with our Cracker Jacks just because it's in one song. I can't tell you last time I had a Cracker Jack. I'm surprised it's not just nacho cheese Doritos.
Like they even come with fucking like a little toy in the box still.
Oh, nice. I think the last time I got one, it was like in a box, and the toy was like a piece of paper, like thing.
Yeah. They're like some paper thing that you like fold out and whatever.
Sounds terrible. Garbage.
Yeah.
Because I think it used to be like a real fucking toy. Like you get like a toy car or some shit.
So I do know, I know a lot of people, and depending on the flavor of sunflower seed, I have been known to eat the whole sunflower seed, right? I mean, depends on the flavor though. Like dill sunflower seeds. Fuck, dude, I'll eat the whole goddamn thing.
See, I'm not a pickle guy.
Chew it up in my mouth, and I don't even. It's just pulpy, and I just swallow.
I'm not a pickle guy at all. But me and my buddies were actually having this conversation the other day. So for me, I'm a big ranch guy, big barbecue guy. If you ever have the chance to get jalapeno flavor or sour cream and onion flavor, fantastic. Highly recommended.
It's fascinating. This whole sunflower seed. There's so many different flavors of sunflower.
I'm a David's guy too. David's.
I don't know. Does David's do they? Is that all they do? Is that all that company does?
I think so. They might have some other bullshit in there. Yeah, that's all I know them for. Is sunflower seeds. But I'm a big original guy too. Just give me that salt. Get that salt hit. Salt pocket. Your jaw clenches up.
There's a taco supreme flavor.
I would absolutely try that. I bet you that tastes awesome. Like a little salsa. Probably tastes like taco Doritos. If you've ever had those, that'd be my guess. Doesn't suck. We can get in Dorito talk next week because I can go on for days about that. Because Salsa Verde Doritos are the superior chip on the
Oh my god, fucking rights they are. I thought you were gonna say some bullshit.
No.
I was gonna have to light you up, and you just went straight in
to the goat.
Fucking Salsa Verde.
They're the goat chip.
Greatest fucking Doritos of all time.
They're my favorite chip on the planet. Like
they're crunchier. They're crunchier than other Doritos. Even I don't know. They're the stuff they put on them makes it crunchier.
Oh my god! And when you get one that's just covered in the flavoring, oh my god, there's no better chip on the planet. Like I love a Miss Vicky's. I love like a Voodoo, like the Cajun Craw Taters one. Like I love all those. But the Salsa Verde Doritos, fantastic. The only other Doritos that I really care for are the Thai sweet chili. Have you ever had those? The purple bag?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Pretty good. Still not a Salsa Verde.
The Salsa Verde, even at the bottom of the bag, all the little crumbs in the Doritos thing, it tastes exactly the same as a big chip. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's so good.
I don't know what they did.
I'm going to buy a bag of those right now. I'm not even hungry. And that's the problem though. I'll buy a big bag. See ya. That bitch is gone. The second that's opened, I don't need a chip clip because I'm just going to polish off the entire thing.
That's great.
That's why we can't keep them in the house.
What we need to do at the next Surly Horns tailgate. So whenever I think we're going to say May-ish time frame because at least in Texas, vaccine open availability. So if you haven't gotten your vaccine appointment, go get your fucking microchips. to control the inside of your brain. That started on Monday. So if you did not know, if you want the vaccine, you're probably a 2-hour drive from anywhere you are in Texas from just being able to go get one today.
Yep.
And what that really means to me is fast forward 2 weeks or maybe even a month. Everybody that wants one's going to be able to get one.
Yep.
And once we're there, at that point, I think we will start planning a Surly Horns gathering.
Absolutely.
You have to bring your fucking vaccine card.
We're gonna have them laminated.
Yeah, you're gonna have to laminate it like a fucking press pass. But I think it will be. I will be comfortable enough sanctioning that under the Surly Horns brand.
Yeah, I'm with you.
We'll do that sometime in May.
Yeah, I signed up. So everybody that doesn't know how easy it is, I signed up for one. I think it's Kroger's website. I signed up for the Pfizer vaccine. I think it was Tuesday morning I did it, and first appointment they had was like Friday at 3:00. Signed up. They schedule your second one out 3 weeks too after your second shot. So I'm gonna be ready to go. I'm gonna be ready to shotgun some beers at the Surly Horns tailgate.
Yeah, so go get your autism, go get your microchips.
Oh, love that. Yeah, we're not going to get into cloakroom shit, but I think it's so funny that people are like, oh, yeah, they're going to microchip you and they're going to know your exact GPS coordinates as they tweet that from their phone. Like the most invasive thing ever. Like your fucking face scans to open your phone and you're worried about somebody putting a microchip in you. Sure, buddy.
Oh, dude, they're worried that it's going to reprogram your DNA.
Oh yeah,
We're all just going to become, Godzillas.
Because that's how that works.
Which we will. This is a preview.
Hey, I watched it. I'm not saying anything, but I watched it. It was really good. Go watch it if you haven't. But my only recommendation: watch it on the absolute biggest screen you can. Don't expect a good story because I didn't even really follow it. I was dead sober. Didn't even really follow it. Didn't really care to because it was King Kong and Godzilla beating the hell out of each other.
It's good. So next, this is the spoiler alert before we give the spoiler alert, and next podcast we're just gonna fucking ruin the movie.
Yeah,
so
the whole thing.
You have a week or so, give or take, to watch this incredible film. It's the best movie that's ever been made,
bar none. But yeah, it was worth the 2 hours. And and most people have HBO Max by now. It's basically free to you. Just go watch it. Totally worth it.
And with that, I think we're gonna wrap for today.
Yeah.
So stay surly, everybody. Hook 'em.
Hook 'em. Go Stros.